Moza has been disrupting the sim racing space for the last few years. While giants like Fanatec, Logitech and Asetek are competing in the ultra premium market, Moza has been not so quietly entering the scene. And they aren't afraid of launching a brand new product. There's always something new in the pipeline, and this is the next big launch. It's got more features, a different design philosophy, and somehow it's launching at a lower price point. So are there any corners cut, and is that screen actually useful or just a gimmick? I've got it right here. Let's get it out of the box and see what it's like. While I'm doing that, if you're new here, we're here to unbox and test the latest and greatest gaming tech. So if that sounds like your jam, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button right now. Right, let's talk about what we have here. This is the CS Pro steering wheel. Let's take a look in the box. As always with Moza stuff, you've got some nice packing material in there. There we go. Ah. So what have we got here? Oh, these look like nice stickers. I want to have a look at these. There's the documentation. Oh, look at those. They're nice. I'll leave them to one, so I'm definitely going to be putting them on the wheel. So let's have a look at the wheel itself. I believe it's going to be that way around. Here it is. Let's take a look. It's very nicely packaged. Take this out. Take it out. And there we have it. Oh, I like the look of this. I like the carbon fiber style feel. First impressions are very, very good. So this is the Moza CS Pro. It dropped literally, the embargo lifted like 5 minutes ago. It's brand new. And now usually when Moza releases a wheel, it's a complete unit. But this is interesting because this is effectively Moza's first true button box, I think. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but that means the rim itself is mounted on a standard 6x70 bolt pattern. Why does that matter? Because if you hate the leather or you want a drift rim, you can just literally unbolt it and swap it out. That is a massive move towards flexibility. Nice one, Moza. Now this is aiming to replace the RS V2 with the CS Pro coming in with the modern GT3 style hub, a 2.99-inch high-def screen, and full RGB everywhere. Now, Moza say that this material is a carbon fiber reinforced composite. Translation, it's not full milled aluminium like the old RSV2 might have felt, but it still feels really rigid in the hands. We've also got the quick release pre-installed. That's the Moza aluminium QR that is on most of the new wheels, and this is microfiber leather as well around the rim. Input wise, we are absolutely stacked with this wheel. We've got 8 RGB buttons, which are fully customizable colors too. You get 3 either side that side, 3 either side that side, and then 2 right at the top here. You also get 2 7-way funky switches. These are the ones you're going to be using most when you go through the menus or changing settings on the fly. And these feel pretty nice. I feel like they feel a little bit more clicky than previous Moza ones, although they do still have that sort of slightly wobbly feel that you don't get in the more premium, but that's, I guess, the price you pay, or not the price you pay for this sort of equipment, because this is definitely in the more affordable line of products. You also get the 2 thumb wheels on the top, which, although they're painted gold, they are definitely not metal. They're definitely plastic. They definitely feel plastic as well. And finally, you get the 4 12-position rotary encoders down here, which they feel really nice actually. You can use these to program anything you want really. So you can do brake bias, you could do traction control, anything you like, depending on the game you're playing obviously. But there's so many inputs that you've got over here on the front. And around the back, we've got magnetic forged carbon paddle shifters with Hall sensors. They feel crisp, very snappy. Yeah, that's cool. And what also cool as well is that you've got an additional part there that you can buy some additional paddles for. So if you want 6, if you want additional 2, you can put them in and you can have an extra set of paddles at the top as well, which is pretty cool. Going back to the front, we have the 2.99-inch HD screen. This is fully customizable via Moza's Pit-Out software. And look, I have to mention the elephant in the room too, SimHub, because as of right now, this screen does not support direct SimHub integration. You are locked into Moza's ecosystem for dashboard rendering and any custom dashboards you have. So if you do have SimHub and you use that all the time for any custom dashboards and stuff, it might be a deal breaker for you. Also surrounding that screen, you've got a nice line of lights here. You've got the RGB red lights, you've got 10 of those, 6 flag lights as well. So any yellow flags, blue flags, and all that good stuff you'll have appearing on the side as well. That's enough talking, I think. Let's get this on the rig and see how it looks and how it feels to play as well. So we've got the CS Pro on the rig now, and we've decided to go for Assetto Corsa Rally. 1, because it's a game that I'm really loving at the moment, and 2, is that it looks like we've got the exact same wheel in the game, because you've got that yellow bit at the top to show where the middle is, which is really cool. The microfiber leather is a really nice actually. I wasn't expecting it to to feel this nice. Normally leather with racing wheels, especially because I get quite sweaty playing racing games. Normally I feel like my hands slippy, but it's quite a grippy type of leather, which is nice. You can really hold it. It doesn't let your hands slip at all. There's also a nice little groove for your thumbs where it's really nice to rest them. You're not interacting with any stitch or anything, so it's not off-putting, which is really good. In terms of like how it feels, I mean, all the rumbles are coming through the wheel really nicely. It feels perfect, to be honest, for this type of game. The magnetic paddles feel really nice and crisp. I don't feel much difference actually in the magnetic paddles compared to older Moza wheels, but one thing I do feel a difference is definitely the buttons themselves, especially the clicky buttons, the RGB buttons. In older Moza wheels, they can feel quite smushy, but in these, they're really, really snappy. Although you're not going to use them in a rally game like this much anyway, it is nice to have that sort of clickiness. One thing I would say about the buttons themselves, I'm not sure about the placement of them. I feel like as I'm going around the corner, it does feel like I'm having to reach for the buttons. You know, I'm having to make a sort of weird hand movement to get there, but that's something that straight away does feel like something that I'm going to have to watch out for in the full review, which if you want the full review, let us know, and I'll do it in the next few weeks. Let us know in the comments. One thing I really, really love are these switches here. Just look how they change color as you dial onto the different options. I think that's really cool. I really like that. And the screen's nice and bright, gives you all the information you want. Nice smooth refresh rate, exactly what you'd want from a screen. It's not SimHub compatible, so you do have to rely on the Moza Pit House dashboards that are in there. This is one of the new rally dashboards for this wheel. Not a massive fan, to be honest. It's a bit basic, so I'll be having a look at some of the other dashboards that you can load in, but the screen's really nice. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts of the CS Pro racing wheel as I just die in a bush. So while I'm sat here, let's talk numbers then, because this is where Moza usually wins, and I think they've done it again. The Moza CS Pro is launching at $329 or 319 Great British pounds. The RSV2, which this is replacing essentially, was significantly more expensive at launch. You are getting the screen, the expansion capability for 6 paddles, the open ecosystem support, and the button box versatility for less money. Is it perfect? No. Like I said, the thumb encoders are a bit plasticky, and the lack of SimHub support is still a bummer for some of us. But when you compare this to what you get from the big boys, the $300 around price point, it's getting harder and harder to ignore Moza, especially for a wheel like this. Overall, my first impression is that it's a very smart evolution of its previous wheels. It's lighter, smarter, and cheaper than its predecessor. Now, I'm going to be spending the next few weeks really putting this thing through its paces, so I want to see how the microfiber leather really holds up to my sweaty hands, and I want to see if that composite hub has any flex under high torque. But do you want to see a full in-depth review when I thoroughly examine this product and put it through its paces? Let me know in the comments below and I'll get onto it. The wheel officially releases on January 6th, 2026. So if you're watching this, it's available now. If you enjoyed this unboxing, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel out, and make sure to subscribe to All Out Gaming so you don't miss the full review or any of our new unboxings we've got coming up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the track.